This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
And we're back with Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies. I'm Cody, and with me are Kyle and Ken.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
I was just asking the guys, it's like, how many weeks have we been without major releases? I mean, barring just the 1 week we got Tenet, how long has it been? It's been over 20 weeks. I know that.
It feels a lot longer than 20 weeks. But
I think it is, but
Count this out on the air.
I mean, we last major releases were March 13th. And
Yeah.
we are now October 1st.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I remember seeing The Hunt in the theater. That was just a normal day, and then next thing I knew, all movies got taken away from me.
Yeah.
This Friday is 29 weeks from March 13th.
All right.
Oh my
Not far
gosh.
off.
That's a long time.
29 weeks.
Yeah.
We're still
gonna be
holding
looking at
strong.
36 weeks before we get another wide release. A big
Yeah.
wide release.
And that's if.
Yeah.
But we're going to be hopeful.
We're staying positive.
It's a promising if.
It's a promising if. Well, man, that's a sobering statistic.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Welcome to the show. I'm glad we have drinks.
Speaking of sobering, grab your cocktail and listen along with us. Every
Right.
time Cody says fine, take a drink.
Fine, fine, fine. We are all fine here. Drink.
As we all do, take our drinks.
Okay, so what release changes do we have? Because we were teased with some films on the release schedule, and then it's just whoop. I feel like a dog with a chew toy that they're like, what's this? Over here on Amazon
and they
Prime.
don't even actually throw it.
Right.
Like they trick the
They
dog.
put it behind their back and they're like, oh, here you go, Apple TV.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that,
The movie of the year is going to Amazon Prime.
no, yeah, I thought it was Apple TV, Greenland.
Is that the movie of
Is
the
that
year,
the
Ken?
movie of the year,
Yeah,
Ken?
that's the movie of the year.
Greenland?
I thought it was Apple.
Is
Does
it
it
Apple?
matter?
It does. Yeah, kinda.
No, it's Amazon.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember
You're
seeing
wrong,
it being
Cody.
Amazon. I hope these notes I drew up are
Amazon,
correct.
Apple.
Apple TV was on the rocks that we were messing with.
On the
this
rock. That's
last 4
right.
weeks.
Okay.
An A24 picture for them.
Well, great. I can rent it on Amazon Prime. I've not rented a single one of these.
Psych.
Psych.
Gotcha, Amazon.
Yeah. I don't love Gerard Butler that much.
Eat it, Bezos.
Yeah.
Take a walk off your beautifully appointed dock.
All multiple of them. All infinity docks that you probably
We'll
own
let
around the
you
world.
choose which.
I hope it's
buddy.
I hope it's a cold body of water.
Yeah.
That you freeze instantly. No. Yeah,
Just
that's
kidding.
unfortunate. I knew something was up with Greenland when STX pulled it and then didn't immediately give a release date. And then when Disney made their moves and moved Black Widow off of November 6th, when STX didn't place Greenland on the most conceivable date, then I was like, oh, there's something up with this. They're shopping it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I guess I was a little, but I also think I was just hopeful for it. I was hoping STX wouldn't mind like trying to test the waters, but
I was hoping that because
don't
they
know.
released it internationally, there was no reason not to release it here.
yeah, that too. I thought that would convince them to just try it out.
But guess not. I guess they got more bang for their buck.
Did you guys know that money talks? What?
What? I can't believe there's any industry with money in it right now. So
There's
Hashtag-
money.
Hashtag Amazon. Hashtag Apple. Hashtag Netflix.
There's money in corporate movie buying.
corporate movie buying.
I'm shocked we haven't seen one of these released by Walmart.
I'm surprised Walmart just doesn't have a does have a
thought-
streaming service.
I thought
Where's
Walmart's trying to
theirs?
buy into TikTok.
Is that the new thing?
They're trying to get the talk.
As the kiddos say.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
the
sorry, I
young-
said
The
kiddos.
young people say.
I swear I'm not creepy.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. I could have sworn you weren't creepy either.
But now I'm gonna reconsider.
All right. Speaking of creepy, we got a couple of horror or thriller movies from Paramount that are day-and-date VOD.
Yep, that they just kind of were hedging around that they were going to release them, and then it's like, bam, we're releasing them. We're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Because you never go more than a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Just don't go more than a couple weeks in advance. So on the 16th, they've got Love and Monsters, day-and-date VOD. And on the 30th of October, they've got Spell, day-and-date VOD.
Yeah, both these look like reasonable B movies to play.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have the competition of PVOD, these could be in a normal setting, $20-25 million openers. In that ballpark of
I
that
don't
mid-level opening movie.
I think $15 million openers.
Excuse me, I was off by
But I would take
a very
$15
small
million
percentage.
I was gonna say,
right now.
it doesn't matter.
No, it's not that now, but just the idea that these were destined for streaming.
Yeah.
Or these were destined for PVOD, and they're like, oh, we could put that in theaters too.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I'm just glad that theaters get the opportunity
We'll take
at
it.
them.
Yeah.
And then Sony Classics moved around a bunch of stuff on their release schedule. That poor film, The Climb, it moved from November 13th to December 11th of 2020. So,
Meanwhile, all the listeners are saying, the what?
yeah, I
What is
was
that?
interested in this movie for a few of my locations before, and it's just been pushed and pushed and pushed on this poor release schedule.
Yeah.
Then they have The Father moving from December 18th, 2020 to January 15th, 2021. They have Truffle Hunters moving from December 25th, 2020 to February 12th, 2021. I Carry You With Me is moving from January 8th, 2021 to February 26th, 2021. And I think that covers it for Sony Classics. And the only other one we have here to know is True to the Game 2. Who does that? Who's releasing that?
Is it Freestyle? I don't remember now.
It's on... Is it day-and-date VOD?
I imagine that's probably going to be.
God, you didn't put enough information on here.
I
November 6, 2020.
Maybe you should check the website, Cody,
I should.
silverscreeninsider.com for all your update movie news.
Yeah,
and releases.
I will, except my back's turned to the computer right now, and I'm looking at Kyle.
who forgot to bring his in his laptop. It's not a good day for me, folks.
Ken has his phone. Can you check the mobile Silver Screen Insider site for us, please?
Oh my gosh, there's a mobile site?
The-
it looks beautiful. It works great too.
Didn't you know Silver Screen Insider is fully responsive and you can check it on your phone?
Does it work on my color iPod from 2003?
Probably. Does it
All
get
right,
internet
awesome.
service? Does it have a browser? It'll work.
I'm not sure.
See, now this is why I made sure to not be totally prepared.
Yeah,
We need to have creative ways of promoting ourselves, guys. Come on now.
right.
Yeah, the Sony Classics releases. There's probably a few markets
Yeah.
for it, but not like the widest.
I
of
wasn't
wide
very
releases.
familiar with Truffle Hunters or Father or I Carry You With Me, but The
Yeah.
Climb. I had that one was on my radar.
You
And-
and maybe someone else out there.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Ken.
Looks like it's under Faith Media Distribution. So
Faith
we'll
Media
get that
Distribution.
updated.
Oh,
And
I
it'll
started with
probably
an
be-
F. I was close.
It'll probably be day-and-date VOD, I'm assuming, but we don't know for sure. So
But we'll
check
have it
back to
updated
that
by
site.
the time you check for your podcast.
Yeah.
Way to go, Kyle.
You're
So-
welcome. Promotion.
Anything fun in the old news out there? Anything to note? Or do we have any new movies on the horizon? What's happening?
We've got Grandpa next weekend, which is very exciting.
Yeah, War with Grandpa.
Yeah, 2,000 plus prints.
Yeah.
So we'll see it in quite a few spots, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We need a PG comedy.
Something for
That's
families.
That's not artsy.
That's
not
not-
Copperfield.
No. We
That's
just,
gonna be
but that's
just a-
not horror. That's not rated R. We've had so many R's. It's just, I mean, even if you wanted to go out, there's a lot of people that are turned off by that R rating. So to have something PG is just going to be awesome.
So I guess I shouldn't bring up The Wolf of Snow Hollow, which is an R-rated horror movie.
Yeah.
Should I not
'cause
bring that up?
No,
Okay, I guess I won't.
no, that one's out there too.
It's showing up October 9th, but I won't say anything else because
Yeah.
that's not what we want.
It has a place there. There's going to be some call for that, but our biggest calls from our theaters has been for family fare. And
Yeah.
with the Disney re-releases we talked about last week, that was some help, but to have something new,
New.
PG, with a name in it.
That's not on streaming.
That's not on streaming.
is I think going to be the first real boost we've seen.
Have you guys been noticing if families are starting to slowly show up to theaters? Like if they are seeing any new family titles?
This weekend is going to be a big bump, I think, with Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
I think Hocus Pocus next weekend with Coco and War with Grandpa. You're going to see some families. But I think they just haven't had anything to service them up until this point. But some of our most like profitable repertory products haven't been for the little kids, not the animated stuff. It's for like older children, teenagers and above. And so I'm not sure if like families with little kids are going to want to go to some of these, but it gets that crowd out that just really doesn't want to see a rated R film, that just wants something nice. Like Bill and Ted has done awesome. It has a really easy rating. I think it's also PG, or is it PG-13?
PG-13.
It's very soft 13. Yeah.
Very soft PG-13. It's like just kind of a goofball film, and that's just been really holding in there, even though it's day and date VOD. That's one of the rare success stories of the day and date VOD. Usually with the stuff we've seen so far that is day and date, we're getting a bump on the first week and then it just dies off. But with Bill and Ted, because there's no other kind of nice films in the marketplace right now, and there's a lot of horror and a lot of R and violence, it just is holding steady in there. And so that's been actually a really positive kind of footnote.
Yeah.
The tragedy of bookings.
If you don't feel like being confused by Tenet, you can walk into Bill and Ted and I go, I know what this is about.
I'm getting this.
The good guys are going to win the end? Awesome.
So, yeah. So I'm hoping that War with Grandpa does the same thing. It might not attract little kids. You might not see that huge bump in concession, but maybe it'll be consistent. Man, we just plan on consistency at this point. That'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've always been striving for that consistency, and it's at least nice to see one movie be able to do that, even if it is something the size of Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah.
We just need a bump to get us to 11/20.
Yeah.
And then everything to stay on 11/20.
November 20th, 2020. God, the day the tides had turned.
Please let them be turning.
I know. I really want Bond. I want to see Bond so bad.
I want to see Bond. I want to see Soul. I want
to take the boys to Crudes and Soul.
I do if we get a full theatrical window.
Right.
Otherwise, no thank you.
I actually did watch The Crudes finally, because I was saying last week that I
had never
saw the first one.
Yeah, what did you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really charming family movie. I expected Emma Stone's character to be the lead, but then it switches to like Nicolas Cage's father character to be the lead, and I still liked it though. I liked how
it's really about a story about how he changes and grows confidence in his family, and finds his place as the father in it all. Yeah,
exactly. Like I was expecting it to be, the story that we all see about the girl who feels like she's being sheltered too much, and then she goes on the adventure and she does the big something moment, finds herself. But I like that it kind of switched a bit in the middle there. I appreciate that.
A dad finding, more of himself in the end by the introduction of these new characters in this adventure they go on, and just the sacrifice he makes at the end.
And in the second movie, the family they meet is not as wacky as them. Whoa.
Or could be more wacky. We don't know.
I guess we don't know, but it's probably not that.
Yeah.
Anyway, just remembered about that. Go see The Crudes. It's a nice movie.
It is cute. It is one of the ones in the Cruise household that we watch.
Do we want to go into news stories then?
Yeah. So what's in the news? What's shaking?
Well, Disney decided to hire director Barry Jenkins, who directed the Oscar winner Moonlight, to direct The Lion King 2, which is going to continue using the photorealistic technology from the 2019 movie.
Because that went over so well with audiences.
It didn't go over poor. The
money didn't,
but the grosses were great.
Yeah,
exactly.
They were substantial. So they.
But I got so many people that are like.
They spoke one way and voted the other way with their dollars.
Yeah.
That was a critic thing.
Yeah.
Regular people do not care.
No, I
And
heard
Disney
from regular
does not
people
care.
that
And
they
Disney cares even less
that they
about
were
what you
weirded
think about
out by
weirded out about their animals.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Let them speak.
But
Get it.
will you at least be interested in the sequel if
No.
they
But what if
wait,
they
wait. If they delve into Mufasa's past.
No, I want the
Ooh,
Lion
oh.
Guard.
Where
You
he,
want the Lion
where he tweeted something
Yeah.
unfortunate and then he gets dragged through the media.
Yeah.
No, we've seen that one before.
Let's
No.
see Mufasa get canceled, people.
I've seen the sequel.
That's the story.
It's called The Lion Guard, and it's really good. I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Junior, and it's about Simba's children, his daughter who's set to become queen, and his son who becomes the leader of the Lion Guard. I can't remember their names right now because it's been a long time
Ken's
since I
giant
watched
yawn in
that
the
show.
background.
But
Cody's
Yeah.
Kitty Show Roundup here.
yeah, well, you get exposed to a lot of things on the kids show front.
The true Lion King sequel is The
And
Lion
he-
King 2 Simba's Pride. That's the remake I want to see. Actually, no, I
That's
don't.
the one I'm
Yeah.
calling for.
Actually, no, please don't do that, Disney.
I want Lion Guard. I want him because you actually hear Mufasa talk to him in the spirit clouds about his power from his his.
It's not James
ancestral-
Earl Jones doing that, right?
I'm pretty sure it is. It
Is
sounds
it?
very deep. It might not be him, but it may be somebody that sounds like him.
Oh,
They're reaching for somebody who sounds like James Earl Jones.
because James
Probably.
Earl Jones in the remake sounded pretty tired, I think.
Did he?
it didn't sound quite as impactful. That's what I'm going to say
Okay.
about it.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's going to make a bajillion dollars and theaters are going to want this movie.
Maybe.
It's
Is it going to be in theaters or is it going to be a streaming thing like that Lady and the Tramp remake that we
Hey,
got so excited about and
knock it
went right
off.
to streaming?
Knock it off. It's going to theaters because I
Lion
believe it
King.
will
We've
go
willed
to theaters.
it. We will will it into existence.
Yeah, just like we willed Greenland in the theater.
Yes.
hey,
Good job, guys.
we're just starting out.
Yeah. We haven't tapped our ancestral powers yet to will these movies into theaters.
The Lion King 2 isn't going to be out for a long time. We got time.
Yeah.
We got time to make our powers better.
What else is in the news?
Well, can I talk about the thing that I'm most excited about?
Yes.
The Borat trailer. I know we can't talk about any specifics, but it was just as Borat-y as the original, just as outrageous, just as
You're
politicized.
supposed to talk about something else.
I'm talking about this.
Oh my gosh.
For being someone who watched the original in theaters and loved it, thinking it was just so far outside the box, this one's going to be exactly the same thing. But it is not the same time that it was
No.
over a decade ago.
No, I'm like,
There is a lot of politicizing that is going to become something that Sacha Baron Cohen is uncomfortable with, and he's not uncomfortable
Yeah.
with a lot.
no.
That's
I'm
definitely
surprised-
true.
I'm surprised he even made this movie because
I'm
the
not.
things he did, like for his own safety, that anybody would ever participate and not know that this is like a prank somewhere is just crazy to me.
Now, yeah, especially. All right, well, let's get into the other stuff. I
Okay.
just wanted to cross that bridge and make you
Yes.
roll your eyes, and it was completely worth it.
Well,
We did watch.
the other big movie news that actually dropped today was that Jamie Foxx, who played Electro in that movie that we all love so much, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, is coming back as Electro for Spider-Man 3, which is now with Tom Holland instead of Andrew Garfield. So
It's a reprisal remake of the role,
I think so. That's what I'm
a
getting out of it.
reinterpretation of his previous character,
A redemption story.
a redemption.
A
Okay.
redemption for the villain. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I did not like
Weird.
it. It's weird, but I
He looked funny, I thought, in it.
didn't mind his design. It's just that movie was so tonally all
Is
over
that the one where
map.
Emma Stone dies? In it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Where he lets
No,
her head hit the
it's
floor and he kills his
all over
beloved.
the place?
Yes,
If
yes,
you
it
mean
is.
no dull moments.
Oh, there's
that it
no
keeps
dull
your attention,
moments.
and it dances across several storylines at the same time to keep your interest.
Sign me up. It was a
I-
mess, Ked.
The only
I don't
scene
disagree
I saw was
that
that
it was
last
it
one.
was a mess. But like as far as comic book movies go, which I'm not the biggest fan of, this one delves between the lines of being an actual cinematic movie and then being a comic book movie and showing the both sides of that.
Yeah.
And it has Jamie Lee Foxx and Jamie Lee Fox.
Jamie Lee Fox.
It's been one of those days. As Jamie Foxx, it has Paul Giamatti. It has Andrew Garfield. Like it has a very good cast.
Mm-hmm.
If you said you had that
It,
movie,
it had a very good cast.
has a very good cast.
Jamie Foxx
But-
may be back, but not the rest of them.
I love this idea now that they're going to be bringing back all these roles and all these different characters. And who knows if Spider-Man 3 doesn't become the time traveling movie that we had with
Is it
that we're
gonna
going to have
take-
with the Flash with multiple Batmans.
Is it
and-
going to take a multiverse spin? Because I feel like
I
a
hope
lot
not.
of these films are going in that direction.
where
I hope not.
Robert Downey Jr. is Captain America and Chris Evans is Iron Man?
Yeah.
Sure, that's a multiverse. Go make something out of
Do
that.
something else. We already had you on set. Paint your face green.
Yeah.
You're the Hulk now.
You're the Hulk. Arr, you can do it. I wouldn't be shocked if they're doing that, but I hope that they're just saying, "Hey, Jamie Foxx." I almost said Jamie Lee Fox too there.
Oh no, you started something.
Jamie Foxx.
It's fine.
They just were. Maybe they were just like, Jamie Foxx was fine. Maybe we'll do a better job with him. Why not? What the
Right.
heck?
What the heck?
I don't know. It's weird that this is happening, but also it's it is what it is. It's a comic book movie. Weird things are gonna happen. What the heck?
It's just like the Suicide Squad reprising some characters with a different director.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we're like,
It's basically
we're just
that.
gonna change it up 1,000%.
It's
But
kind
the
of
same-
it's
the
kind of a
same-
sequel reboot-ish
half of the
type
same
thing.
half of the same characters.
Like 3 of the old characters.
Three of the
Is
6
it
main
even
characters are the
3?
same.
I think
They didn't even bring Will Smith's character back.
No.
Deadstroke?
Deadshot.
Deadshot. Thank you.
they did not bring.
Kyle had a stroke in the middle of
Yeah.
I did. There, I was
They didn't bring him back. Who else? They brought Joel Kinnaman back.
Yeah, Harley Quinn. They brought
And
back.
Harley Quinn. And did Amanda Waller character, Viola Davis?
Yeah, she
come
and
back?
Jai Courtney are back too.
Yeah,
Actually, so
and Jai
there's
Courtney.
4 or 5.
4.
4.
I
okay.
like Jai Courtney's character in that Boomerang.
It's weirdly his best role.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't have many good roles.
No. But I don't know. How could you not love somebody that like stuffs a little unicorn toy in his jacket?
Well, you probably don't. You probably wouldn't. But
If that's the
No.
only thing that's required
For me to appreciate
to
the
be
character.
loved as a film character.
I like that thing about that character is what Cody loves. But meanwhile, I'm like, what's the point in that? Why is he like the? They don't explain it. There's no joke there.
I'm
There's
sure
no
it will get
punchline.
explained.
Better.
Obviously, he's mental. He's
They're all
mental.
insane.
Yeah. And look how quirky and insane
Insane
he is.
to form a suicide squad of sorts.
Stop it. You're going to make me want to watch it again. It sounds
God.
so fun.
That one's worse than Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm upsetting 2 people here today. So anyway, we're going to move on from that. Cody, you saw a movie.
I did. I got
a newbie,
a
if you will.
new movie. I got a screener of the Sony film Yellow Rose.
Is it about roses?
No.
Is it about-
follows the 17-year-old girl who is Filipino, and her mom are in the country illegally, and she doesn't know it until her mom's deported. And she's just stuck. Like, she, was out, so she didn't get caught up in that. And then she's basically like homeless now, but she really loves country music, and she finds that there's this kind of like little honky tonk dive bar, and they end up taking her in, and she works with this old country music artist, and she starts working through the emotions of having your mom deported and your future up in the air and being scared that you're going to get deported. She works through them through country music and writes some good songs and kind of finds herself in the end. It is very artistic. It just ends. I hate that. But it's got a good ending.
Yes.
Like, it kind of ends on a happy, like optimistic note. So I did appreciate that.
Happy ambiguity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Words are hard.
But it was,
Ambiguousness.
Thank you.
but it was,
This is not a word.
It sounded better than what I said.
it was kind of sad in a lot of scenes, and but it had an overall tone that was really like kind of positive and nice, and like going for your dream, and really like she really did find her American dream, and I think that's all something we can get behind. So I really enjoyed it. I can
Nice.
see why Sony is like targeting Texas, because it takes place in Texas. They talk about Texas a lot. It's country
Yeah.
music. I get it. But I think this could work a lot of places. And I don't think you have to be into country music to appreciate it, because her voice is beautiful. And I did really enjoy all the music in it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that trailer and I thought that the music was actually pretty good. So it was
Right.
a major part of the reason why I was actually into this story. So
Yeah.
you saying great things about it makes me want to check it out. That's
No,
for sure.
I was actually very pleased with it. I'm not sure what my anticipated opening of it's going to be, but I think it'll do some business where you get it. It'll take a little bit of promotion, though. I think at first, because of the immigration aspect of the story, people are maybe put off, like, ooh, this is too political, but it really doesn't
Sure.
politicize it. It doesn't make it be like, oh, that's so wrong and this is so right. It just shows that those are tough choices and that people get caught up in those tough choices.
Yeah.
And people make choices for a reason, and you don't have to agree with a reason. And then, how do you deal with when say your parents' choices affect you? I mean, there's just makes a crazy complex story, but it roots it in really familiar kind of characters and really down to earth characters and really real characters. And you really feel like this story could possibly be really happening right now. And I like that about it.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like it's doing a good job at least taking, political themes at a time
Right.
where, if you mention anything political, like it gets a bit,
Well, and it also-
on edge, but it does a good job
Yeah.
at least
It
telling
also-
a fulfilling story without
Right.
getting to like the dirty parts of
Yeah.
all that political stuff,
It
I
doesn't
guess.
make it like a Hollywood liberal like view where it's like, oh, this is immigration is so awful and they're doing so many horrible things. They're just, but it doesn't also take a very conservative view, like these are just criminals, and I liked that. It didn't wash it in Hollywood liberalism, and it didn't wash it in like this really nasty conservatism.
Sure.
It just made it like real characters, real for people really in the middle, and that was nice.
Sounds up my alley then.
Yeah, because I was kind of worried about that. I was like, ooh, immigration issue. I don't know, given the
Yeah.
politics in the election year, people want to deal with that. But this story was
Just
so
a nice
good.
regular movie for folks who sit in the middle and listen to country music.
It was just nice that it was
Those
at
people.
At its core, it's about a girl pursuing her dream. Like at its core, that's what the
Yeah.
story's about. A girl never giving up and pursuing her dream, her passion, and I liked that. That's what the core of the movie was about.
Regular country music Moana. All
It is like country music Moana.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna put it out there like that. Like tell Sony, by the way.
All these listeners are like, now you got my attention.
Now you got
Pretty
my
much exactly the
attention.
same thing.
Yeah, she just found herself.
Pretty
She
much
found
like
her
that, except it's not.
She has an animated pet pig, and she goes on a boat for the entire movie, but somehow it's about country music. Oh, that's not the case.
No, that's not the case.
Not quite
But
like that at all.
It's theatrical only.
It is
They're playing
theatrical
it
only.
at a few hundred theaters.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sony's not going as wide with this, but I think it's extremely playable off the break. I think it'll make great filler.
Yeah. We spent way too much time talking about Wolf of Snow Hollow because I just got a note that they are going 100 prints for next week.
You just gotta know
Which isn't even worth
Breaking news.
worth reporting.
what
100.
I was wondering why we hadn't been getting any requests really, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just send them my requests.
100 locations. There are 100 locations on the Isle of Manhattan. There are 100 theaters.
Probably.
So, yes,
No
you are
good.
ignoring 99.9% of the theaters that could play your
100
movie
is just so like that's so laughable.
Yeah.
for a major studio
Well,
who wants to be considered
Who
a major
wants
studio
to be considered a major studio?
and give us the, take our theaters for a
What
ride with terms on bond.
Could
and-
they even possibly make off that to justify the costs of?
You can't promote it. You can't pay
Yeah.
to promote it because it's only playing at these specific towns. You have to promote locally, which you're
Right.
not built to do.
No.
It's crazy. 100 locations. Look out for Snow Hollow, 150 miles.
Well,
from
now
the
I'm glad
theater
we.
nearest you.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna mention for Snow Hollow, we just got mini ads up on our site for that, but I don't know if you're gonna be one of the 100 people to play it, but if you want it, it's there. But
Well,
That's a bummer.
why
later.
would they go so limited if New York and LA are not open? I could see going to 100 theaters if those two markets were open.
We're going there, yeah.
But without those two markets, why even? I mean, a small print count should be 500 prints. Like there should be a minimum to say it's theatrical is 500.
Yeah. No, they should do the Yellow Rose route and just play this in Minnesota or wherever they filmed it at.
Right. In Canada.
A Minnesota
all 100
exclusive.
prints are in Canada.
Canadian exclusive.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
It's still North America,
Alberta
Ken.
exclusive.
Yeah. Saskatoon.
That is really such a bummer. Like, I know we were making fun of, like, you know, R-rated horror movies and we're seeing way too many, but that one actually looked... I actually was
Campy and
wanting
fun.
to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a good time. But
I know. And that's what's
Shoot.
so incredibly frustrating about this now is that we need product and then you get a film, you get the trailer, you start to be like, whoa, man, this looks rough, but we really need it. I'm going to make room for it. And then 100 prints, it's just so laughable. I'm like almost insulted by that. Like,
Fine.
Fine,
Fine.
That's fine.
all
Fine. Who was putting it out? United Artists?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're lucky they have Bond.
They're lucky they're fine.
And maybe...
Does that...
Well, we'll see how hard I try to work on getting them box office reports now.
That'll show them. Does that worry you guys at all about what they're going to do with Bond, or do you think they're
No,
going to
they'll
make
go
sure
wide with Bond.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, it's not that. It's just the matter of even spending a moment's notice on this. If you're going to do 100 theaters, call AMC and give them 100 dates.
Right.
Call Regal and give them 100 dates. Don't even have it on the release calendar.
Yeah.
Don't talk to us about it. Don't give us any information on it. Just do it.
And don't act like you're some theatrical partner.
Yeah.
Or why even say that this is a movie? Like at that point. It's so frustrating. Oh, a theatrical exclusive for 100 locations.
It's a visual 8-track, guys.
I mean, when we even have event cinema, like where they do one night only, it's never just 100 locations.
Several hundred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so... Oh, I hope that 100 location thing is false and he meant 1,000 locations.
Whoops, sorry, forgot a zero.
Yeah.
As we trash them.
As we trash them, I'm hoping that's a massive mistake. And
As we get that email
It's
saying,
actually 10,000 prints.
Oh, even better.
We're going to play it.
We're going to play twice
Oh,
as
well-
many prints as there are theaters in the U.S.
oh, good.
Playing it at a driveway
Yeah.
near you.
We always
Yeah.
knew that they would turn around and make things better for theaters. Yeah,
Right.
thanks, guys. Woo.
No, I'm
Always
hoping it's
could count on
1,000. Because I was planning on it where I didn't get War with Grandpa going after that
Of course.
as option 2.
I know. And then big locations having 2 new movies for the same
Yeah.
weekend. 2 at the
2
same time.
new movies?
Crazy talk.
Right.
Just amazing.
Okay, you go back to them, Ken, and you say, this is so laughable. I'm guessing this is a mistake.
Add another zero.
Add a 0 to that and we'll talk.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big bummer. Yeah.
It could still be a mistake. I'm just gonna hold out hope that somewhere
Cody's
somebody
gonna
made
go
an
bury her head in the
awful
sand.
mistake.
It's fine.
And
it's
I was
fine.
like, oh, I shouldn't have probably embarrassed you as a company on our podcast. No, you made a mistake. 1,000 prints, totally justifiable. I know,
Yeah.
Sony's not going even that wide on that Yellow Rose, so that seems like a bump up. Good job, everybody.
There, we covered our tracks.
Yeah.
Regardless of the outcome of this, I think we're safe.
I will update you guys on next week's podcast. Let you know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Let's just try to get out of here alive today, guys.
That's probably a good time
man.
for us to sign on out of here then. I think we've covered everything for the week.
I think so. We're having this podcast a day early because we're all three going to be unavailable on Friday, and this is why we don't do it early because we just get bad news in the middle of the podcast.
I mean, we don't even know what Friday's going to bring us.
I don't know what else could change. There's not that many movies on the release schedule
There's
anymore.
nothing left to change.
Avatar could move, guys. Avatar could move again.
That could be something. We did find out that Avatar 2 is 100% filmed, and
What?
that Avatar 3 is 95% filmed.
I don't believe him.
I know.
I don't
that
believe
doesn't
James
include
Cameron.
special effects. I'm just saying
Yeah.
raw footage was
It's
done.
95% filmed, meaning they have 3 minutes of video that they're going to use. The
That's
rest is going
true,
to be digitally
Yeah.
created.
That is true. When they say they filmed everything, it's just
They just took a drone and flew it outside,
Yeah.
and they're like, "We got it."
We got it.
we got it.
Call it,
Now
guys.
now for the computer stuff.
It'll take like 5 years and new technology to invent.
This thing better be amazing. I don't know what else to say.
What are we gonna do? I'll wear helmets and be submersed into.
We're gonna turn into the Avatar creatures, whatever they're called. What are they called again? Who cares?
Oh my god, it's been so long. I have no idea.
I could not tell you.
I know Zoe Saldana was in the first Avatar. That's all I remember.
She was.
And who else? Do you guys remember the other people?
I know Sigourney Weaver was in
Yeah,
there.
Sigourney Weaver,
Sam, whatever his name
Sam
was.
Worthington.
Oh yeah, when they were trying to make him a thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tall,
Well.
skinny guy from Grandma's Boy was in it.
Oh yeah, he was
The creepy one.
the one that does the robot.
I thought he had robot legs.
Yeah.
Stephen
I'm gonna
Lang,
get-
right? Stephen Lang's in there too.
I don't know
think.
what his name is. We just remember as the guy from Grandma's Boy. Not
Oh,
to
I'm not
age
talking
us
about-
or anything.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Avatar 2 could change its release date. We'll find out another time, I guess.
And you can always
Yeah.
check the current release date at silverscreeninsider.com.
Oh, yeah, you did my thing, so now I don't know what to do now.
Well, we also, I don't know if our listeners have noticed, but we've been trying to point out all the films that are now day and date or have a short window and then go VOD wide.
Yeah.
So we are trying to figure out that process moving forward. Obviously, if it's day and date, it'll have that designation. But if it has a designation of wide and VOD, it means that there's a short theatrical window before it goes VOD, and that could be anywhere from just 6 days, like Save Yourself, to a regular 30, 45, 60, 90 days.
Whatever it used to be.
Whatever it used to be, yeah.
Cody and Kyle roundly rejected my idea of having a scale that went from cupcake to poop emoji, depending on how wide the theatrical window was. They said that was too confusing, but
What's in the middle, Ken? I mean, I get cupcakes
I'm
for
thinking like a peanut
theatrical.
butter sandwich. Like
That one might not be so bad. Okay.
this movie
What
is a
melds a
cupcake
what's
or
it?
a peanut butter sandwich or a poop emoji. What's a peanut butter sandwich with the crust cut off? Is that like somewhere in the middle?
Now I think you're getting too technical.
Oh, see, this is too involved.
That's
I'm
too-
glad we went with a.
Yeah. These
The
are the
VOD.
throwaway ideas for the site.
I'm a little dizzy right now just thinking about
Maybe we
all the
can
possibilities.
maybe we can resurrect the cupcake peanut butter sandwich poop emoji for when we do our new Silver Screen Insider site revamp and we start having our butts and seat scores.
Yeah, I thought you said the poop emoji next to any movie title was a little too on the nose.
Probably.
This movie is poop emoji. This movie's fine. Fine.
Fine. You get 3 fines, 1 fine, or 2 fines.
How good is this movie? Fine.
Fine. Fine. It's not intuitive. 3 fines is not good.
You don't want to get anywhere near 3 fines.
Yeah.
So anyway, everyone, thank you for listening to this episode. You can check us out at all podcast platforms and over at silverscreeninsider.com, where Ken and Cody were just telling us about all the features that are up on that site and possibly scale that involves cupcakes and poop at some point. Maybe we'll get back around to that idea.
Yeah. Keep checking back. We should be having some fun things on the site hopefully by the end of the year.
Yes, that's the goal.
Big changes are coming. Good, positive changes.
Yeah.
New website, new movies.
Expensive changes in a pandemic year. I really planned that one out well.
In all fairness, I don't think many people saw this one
No.
coming.
I was like, 2020 will be a perfect year to just revamp the site. Yeah, right.
Narrator, it was not.
It was not. Where's Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
narrating this when I needed?
It was not fine.
What she didn't know is that a worldwide pandemic would completely destroy the movie industry.
But hey, positive thoughts. That's not
Yeah.
going to happen. Yay.
I am Michael Caine, and it was fine.
It was fine. Fine.
And on that note, goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good weekend.